For many years now, Jarvis had worked with charges whose dress codes ranged from the submariner's swim trunks to Mantis's revealing sarong to Iron Man's full suit of armor. Yet Cap had never seen Jarvis in anything but his ever-present coat and tails, black bow tie, vest, gray striped pants, and black patent leather shoes. To Jarvis, dressing down would likely mean wearing a clip-on tie. Jarvis crossed the room with his tray. It was already the third time this month that Captain America had overhauled a computer's security codes, something he normally did several times each month at unscheduled intervals during any of the 3 nights per week monitor sessions the Avenger scheduled for himself. Cap's teammates had attempted to get him to take it easy, to take more time off, but that simply wasn't the way of Captain America. And even if it were, Captain America would still have been at the monitor this night. 2 days ago, he'd been out of the country on a mission for the UN agency known as S.H.I.E.L.D. When the other Avengers were summoned to face some deadly enemy on Olympus, home of Hercules, the Greek demigod, an occasional member of the Avengers. He hadn't been able to finish his mission and get back before the others left. Now, unable to communicate with the Avengers, their communications systems were state-of-the-art, but not even they could breach the dimensional barriers that separated Earth and Olympus, and even less able to travel across the dimensional rift and travel to Olympus on his own. He was the only Avenger remaining on Earth, which meant that he could not take it easy. Indeed, if anything, he redoubled his vigilance, ever alert for any sign of trouble, knowing that with his team gone, he would need to be ready to spring into action at a moment's notice, leaving Jarvis to summon Earth's other heroes, such as the Fantastic Four, if the need should arise. "Are you finished, sir?" Jarvis asked as he placed the tray down on the computer console. He knew that as long as the captain was modifying the security protocols, the more basic functions of the computer were offline. "Almost," the captain said as he glanced at the frosted glass on the tray. "And I think you've given me an idea for the final code." He tapped out iced tea on the keyboard and then activated a randomizer. One of the several dozen encryption logarithms would be chosen by the computer and turn the simple phrase into binary gibberish, one of several that would prevent anyone who didn't know the proper codes and encryption sequences from gaining access to the computer. "There, finished. The new code should be online tomorrow. I'll send a memo listing them. For now, the old codes still work. Did you need the computer?" "I did, sir," Jarvis said as he sat behind his personal computer station. "I need to prepare the shopping list for tomorrow. I'm afraid our customary suppliers have ceased carrying Master Hercules' favorite brand of baklava, and I must locate a new source in case he chooses to return with the others." The captain took a bite of the simple bologna sandwich Jarvis had prepared for him, thinking he would rather meet the masters of evil in pitched combat than face the challenge before Jarvis this night. Battling supervillains had to be easier than tracking down the various foods, from international delicacies favored by African princes and Asgardian gods to the little-known brand of domestic mustard the captain himself preferred on his hot dogs, needed to satisfy the palates of the myriad heroes to whom Jarvis attended each day. As he ate his sandwich, the captain watched Jarvis work at his private computer station, visiting websites on the internet to check on the currently available foodstuff, sometimes making an order and other times leaving the page almost as soon as he entered it. He thought of the garish pulp magazines he had read as a boy. Amazing Stories, Astounding, Doc Savage, Operator 5. For all the wonders he found in their pages, the robots and personal flying packs and rocket ships, none of the super-scientific champions he read about had ever conceived of anything like the World Wide Web, which allowed a man to patronize food suppliers from all around the world while never leaving his own house. Every time the captain compared the then of his youth to the now of today, it made him feel at once very old and very young. The captain turned back to his own terminal. He and Jarvis might not speak again for hours, which is in no way a reflection on the respect each man held for the other. It was a common comfort that they took together on such evenings, a quiet time to consider the events of days past and days to come. After entering a series of complicated encryption codes known only to himself and about which no memorandum had ever been sent, Captain America opened his own personal directory and called up a file. His autobiography appeared on the screen. The captain knew that, as long-lived as he was, he wouldn't be around forever. No one who had lived his life could believe otherwise. He kept